Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Fugazi MMA. I'm back with another video, man. Today, I'm breaking down UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Imavov, man. Yeah, let's just talk about this matchup right here. First of all, man, why do they have Jared Cannonier in front of the KSC Center, man? That's pretty insane. But that doesn't really matter. Oh my god. Good thing he's covering his face kind of with that big glasses, man. Anyways, let's talk about this fight night right here. We got Jared Cannonier in the main event versus Imavov. I actually like this matchup. This is a fun strikers matchup. And these are two guys that are going to keep it technical and have a good scrap. Alright? But let's move on. Dominic Reyes, Dustin Jacoby. That fight versus, I guess they're kind of similar in their career right now. Rosas versus Turcios going to be a good fight, man. This one's going to be a banger as well. So is this one. And let's just get into the predictions for these matchups, all right? First fight I care about, Cody Stamann versus Taylor Lopiles. They're both kind of bums, let's be honest here, in terms of the UFC. But I'm going to go with Cody Stamann by decision. Moving on, Daniel Marcos versus John Castaneda. I'm going to go Daniel Marcos here. And Brad Katana versus JC Butler. I'm going to go with Brad Katana. I think he'll win this one by decision. Honestly, don't look much into these matchups. I don't really care for them. Let's move on to the more interesting fights. All right, Charles Raki versus Carlo Prates. I'm going to go Charles Raki here, right? Thiago Moises versus Ludovic Klein. I'm going to go Thiago Moises by decision. I think he's just a little more well-rounded than Ludovic Klein, right? Moving on to the main card, man. Miguel Baeza versus Punahele Soriano, man. Two guys that are kind of on and off in the middleweight, welterweight. Is that welterweight? Oh, Soriano was moving down. I'm definitely picking Baeza. He's coming off a long layoff, and Soriano has used his chin to defend a lot of punches, and I think moving down in weight class is gonna not benefit him. So I think Miguel Baeza by like a second round KO, right? Move on. Julian Marquez versus Zachary Reese. I'm gonna pick Zachary Reese here, right? Julian Marquez, let's see. You know, he's on a little bit of a knockout loss streak, right? To Barrio and Rodriguez, which are not horrible. These are not bum middleweights, but I just think momentum is slightly on Zachary Reese's side. I know he doesn't have like a win streak either, right? I think he's coming off a loss. Yeah, losing to Cody Brundage, brother. Getting KO'd by Cody Brundage. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go Julian Marquez with this one, right? By decision. I think he can pull it off. Move on. Bruno Ferreira versus Dustin Toftis. Honestly, I think Bruno's a little bit untested in grappling. And let's see here. 3 wins by submission. He got destroyed by Ruzaboev, who isn't too good, I guess. Maybe Ruzaboev versus Buckley was bad because he was moving down, but I think I'm gonna go Ferreira here. I think Stoftis could have a grappling performance, but I think Ferreira is just gonna have more power, and usually middleweight, the dude that's more powerful and intimidating is gonna get a win. I think I'm gonna go Ferreira. Let's do first round knockout, right? Raul Rosas versus Ricky Turcios, right? I'm gonna go with the Chad here. Look at their picture, right? Look at this guy. This guy is a fucking twink. I do not expect, if you just, UFC, please. Thank you. Look at their build, right? Raul Rosas looks a lot more mean. I think he's going to get the win here. I think he's the one with momentum. I think Ricky Turcios was on tough. I think that's what I know him by. And I think he hasn't fought since 2022. Now, he was scheduled against Raul Rosas earlier on, and Raul Rosas had to pull out. I think that could give him motivation, but I think Rosas is just a better fighter. He's young, he's hungry, and he's got a good base. I think he just out-grappled Turcios with a sub-win right here. Right, moving on. Dominic Reyes versus Dustin Jacoby. Loser quits and never fights again, please. Only if it's Reyes. We all know the Dominic Reyes story. You know, you got to feel bad for him. He got robbed against the GOAT, and then he got knocked out by Ryan Spann. right? Like, to getting knocked out against Jan and Yuri aren't horrible losses. You know, they're elite in the light heavyweight division. But losing to Ryan Spann is unforgivable. And I think his chin is just no longer existent. I think that's going to be a big factor in this fight. I think Jacoby could keep it technical and wait for Reyes to come in knowing that Jacoby has a chin advantage, which is interesting because Jacoby has had such a long career. And you know, he had a kickboxing career and he's kind of a UFC vet. I think both guys are now around the level rank 15 and like below that. You know, people that are kind of lower end of the ranked. But I think Jacoby is just going to be able to have more confidence in the matchup and just get like a late TKO. Maybe Reyes wins one round, but he's going to get chinned, man. Reyes, please go to PFL. They'll pay you $1 million, right? And you'll probably become champ. Moving on, main event. Main event: Jared Cannonier versus Imavov. Yeah, man. I don't know why the UFC does this weird scroll thing. Like, there's no reason to do it. Anyways, Cannonier versus Imavov. I really like this matchup. All right, I'm a real Cannonier fan. I really appreciate him as a fighter. I think he's obviously he's a little boring, but he's all action inside that cage. Hydration check, by the way. If you ain't drinking your water, drink your water, man. It's hot out here. And he's looked the best he's ever looked in his last fight. Before, like, he was struggling against Derek Brunson, which is so interesting. And his chin is kind of suspect. But you can't say he's not elite in the middleweight division. I think he lost to Izzy because it's not a good stylistic matchup. Izzy does that to most people, right? And I think he did beat Strickland. He's more intimidating. He has that one-shot power, right? And for some reason, he has the cardio to land 200-some strikes, right, in the middleweight division, right? And this man is 40. Now you got Imavov, kind of a technical striker. He's almost exactly like Cyril Gahn. And teeps, elbows, 1-2s, and I think stylistically, right, with Cannonier who likes to throw kicks, I think somebody who throws, but no front kicks, somebody that throws front kick is going to have a easier time. But I think Cannonier just has the power advantage. I think he can utilize his leg kicks and also his grappling, right? Imavov has good anti-grappling. We've seen that. It's not bad. But I think Imavov won't be able to take down Cannonier. I don't think he'll look for that. I think he might look for the clinch, which Cannonier can work out of. But Imavov has those knees and elbows in the clinch. And I think that Cannonier should be able to neutralize it with his power, with his wrestling. I'm going to go Cannonier by decision here. But if Imavov just chins Cannonier, I wouldn't be too surprised because Imavov is the younger guy. He's the guy who hasn't had a shot. And his fight style is kind of favorable against Cannonier, right? I think he definitely has the chin advantage, but gotta be careful of Cannonier here, man. I think he's gonna get better in the later rounds, and by like the end of the second, I think we'll see the tide shift as they both get the read of each other. But yeah, I'm going Jared Cannonier by decision, and that has been my UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Imavov predictions and breakdown. Let me know how I did in the comments. Let me know what y'all think of these matchups. And yeah, man, y'all have a great day. Peace out.